I'm Asad, and our group consists of Hawthorne, Jack, Max, and Nate, and we're ArctiGrip. This is Bill. He's a 55-year-old businessman who lives in the Chicago suburbs. One morning, he wakes up and realizes he's late for work. He jumps out of bed, throws on some clothes, a pair of boots, and runs out the door. He lives close to work, so he decides to walk. The only problem with today is that the sidewalks are really icy since it's the middle of winter in Chicago. About 5 minutes in, he slips on a patch of ice and slams his shoulder against the ground. He has to miss work and go to the hospital instead. At the hospital, he talks to a doctor, and the doctor decides to put him through some x-rays which show that he broke his shoulder and needs a cast. This cost him his time, money, and health. Bill is just one of a million people each year who get injured by slipping on ice. To solve this, we've come up with a slip-on shell for your shoes that will help prevent slipping on ice and keep your shoes warm and dry.
First of all, our product will be convenient. You can easily slip them on and take them off in a matter of seconds, which makes it easy and simple to use. Our product will also be made out of quality materials such as natural rubber and metal, which makes it durable and it won't rip or tear or break on any surface that you walk on. Lastly, our product will also be practical. You can walk on any surface you'd like without having to worry about ripping or breaking the product itself or destroying the surface that you're walking on, such as blacktop, sidewalk, or pavement. Our ideal target market is a 40 to 60-year-old businessman who lives in the northern United States and Canada, where it's cold in the winter and there's a definite chance of there being ice and snow on the ground. This person would also like to walk outside even in the winter, and maybe if they live close to work, they would walk to work as well. Now, judging by the number of people who have slipped on ice in America, we concluded that our total addressable market would be $6.4 billion. And taking into account our demographics and geographics of our target market, we came to the conclusion that our serviceable addressable market would be around $100 million. And we project to sell to 1,000 customers in our first year with an $80 product price, which would make our market share $80,000 in the first year. These are a few of our competitors. The ArctiGrip up in the top left has a similar idea to ours, but a different design for their product. They have straps going around their shoe with metal spirals to give traction. Now, when I looked at the reviews on Amazon for this, many customers said that it broke down easily and the metal would rust in just 2 seasons of wearing it. Ice Trekkers is similar in design and the idea, and also similar in the reviews that they got, which many people said that they broke easily and the metal wouldn't even last for 1 season of wearing them. And Swimseer is mostly related to our product, but they're mainly focused on general slips and falls on maybe a wet surface and not focused towards ice, while our product is more geared towards ice-based falls.
So our early adopter is Jerry. He is a husband and father of 2, and he lives in Schaumburg, Illinois. He takes the metro to go to work every day, and he has to walk to work. As he's getting older, he's now more susceptible to falls, and he wants to stay healthy since he's a father and has to go to work every day. So that's why he needs our product. Marketing strategies. We hope to market on Facebook and LinkedIn. On Facebook, our goal is to create ads and promote our website just to increase awareness about our product. And on LinkedIn, we hope to find emails and join business groups, hopefully trying to reach our target audience of businessmen and just spreading our product.
So for our pricing, we had 3 main reasons for this. First were our costs, specifically our startup costs. And after talking to a professional named Brian Van Dyke, who is a manufacturer and distributor in this kind of industry, he said that to make the actual mold for ArctiGrip can cost over $100,000. But then after that, it's a very low cost to actually make the product. Next thing is our competitors. Their prices were around $90 to $95. But we want to be a little bit cheaper, so then the people would rather buy ours as we're better than them. And even though we may be better than them, the reviews also said that they wanted it to be a little bit cheaper. So if we're a little bit cheaper, then they'll for sure take our $80 product, as well as our own interviews conducted to talk about that same thing. So for our cogs, 1 unit is going to be a pair, so for both your shoes. Our total cogs was around $8.17, And then for the value, you get the convenient factor with it being easy to take on and off your shoe with the natural rubber, the quality materials with that natural rubber and metal the metal. And then finally, those spikes are going to be small and practical to walk on any type of surface without any problems. And then for our sales, we wanted to reach around 10,000 customers the first year. This is through having over 1 million people that we could possibly get from all the different types of marketing strategies and market sizing that we did. And we wanted to have a conversion rate of around 10%. So that would make those 1,000 customers with a gross profit around $73,625. This is not including the startup costs. If we did, we'd probably be in the negative for the first year, and then probably around the second and third year, we would start to make the money go up. And then finally, our market share is around 0.08%.
So what exactly would our demo look like? What we're planning on doing is we're going to purchase some of the SWIMS products of the attachable natural rubber galosh and combine it with either one of these ice spikes. We're unsure of which is the most perfect and will work the best on the ice, which is why we'll go on to our MVP testing. So what our main goal for our MVP testing is to actually test the best possible solution. We already realized that the natural rubber around the shoe will work the best, as that's what SWIMS are known for, the galosh rubber around the shoe. However, we're unsure of the best possible ice spikes that will be the most practical and comfortable and will just all around work the best. We can also, with our MVP, test the pricing to see kind of what is the best price just from our reviews and what we receive our feedback from. So how we're going to actually test, obviously we need to create the demo. When we create the demo, it will give the customers a view of actually what our product is, and they can see it and they can feel it and they can possibly walk with it. It will also help test the success of our product as they can just see it and use it. We'll then move on to focus groups after we've created the demo, where we will give our product to different people and we will switch it out every single week with different kind of ice spikes and see which one they enjoy the best, which one works the best, which one is their favorite. This will also just test our solution and make sure and confirm which ice spikes are the most useful and compatible with the shoe. And finally, our final part of our MVP list is our email list in our landing page. It can measure our success of how many people want to actually purchase our product, as we can't fully send out our product yet, as it's not fully completed. This is actually a photo of our landing page. You can quickly just click there, and then there's more about us, all about our product. Right in the front, you can get on our email list, simple, just right there. And then it's fully updated. We're going to make sure to keep, when they email us, we're going to keep them present and know what's going on in the future. So our timeline for our actual MVP is February 10th. We would order the rubber spikes and the rubber covers and the spikes to go along with it. It says it'll take about 3 to 4 days of shipping, so we expect around the 14th to actually get it. So from the 15th to the 21st, we're going to be constructing our demo, making changes with some of the rubber covers with one kind of spikes and the other. And then from the 21st to the 18th, we're going to be giving these out to our focus groups, and they are going to be switching out, each week we're going to switch out a different pair of ice spikes. And then by the end of by the 18th, they'll actually tell us and let us know which one they enjoyed, which one was their favorite. Maybe this one didn't work as well. And and for all of April, we'd actually apply that information and we'd construct and complete our final demo. What we were asking for is $450. This is just from the cost of the demo. We're going to make the focus groups all on our own, as well as the landing page that is already complete. The reason why we need $450 is we're asking for 4 pairs of the SWIMS product, which is $100 a pair for 2 shoes, and we need 4 of them, so $400. And we need like 5 different kinds of ice spikes, around $10 a piece from Amazon. And so that's just for the cost of the demo is the only thing we need funding for.
Thank you for listening, and remember, never slip with ArctiGrip.
So good job. Want to get that out of the way. I want to understand the product and the value proposition that you guys are bringing. I heard, hey, things like your competitors are maybe not durable enough. I heard that message. I heard maybe a metal falls apart in your approach do you think is gonna address the durability part? Like if that's the unique value proposition that you have, if I heard that right, why do you think that your approach is gonna lead to more durability?
So we use a natural rubber, and it goes all the way around the shoe, whereas as you can see, it's kind of, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have like a full shell almost. They almost have kind of like lining on most of these other than the swims. And these tend to break as they're just a metal kind of out layer.
Okay.
Whereas the natural rubber is more durable and it can last longer, especially even in rain and wet. It says it could last mostly 20 years without ripping or breaking, is what the natural rubber is from.
Are you thinking that the spikes themselves will need to be replaced over time, or no? I'm not saying because I know anything, I'm literally just trying to understand whether you view the spike part as like consumable versus the rubber sole.
Yeah, I think that was also another part of our MVP, just kind of making sure what is the best spike, whether that means if it's most durable or just the easiest to walk on. And I think we're gonna learn more about that information just from people actually using the spikes and seeing which one, if there is one that just breaks when you walk, then obviously we're not gonna use that one. And we're gonna see which one doesn't wear as much and what works the best.
Last question and then I'll shut up. Pricing on the competitors?
Yeah.
Yeah, the yak tracks.
What do the yak tracks cost?
Oh, Yak Tracks was about $30 and Ice Trackers was about the same price. And Swims was $90.
Okay.
I'm curious to hear your thought process on excluding women from the business women or half the workforce. I'm just curious to understand your thinking on that. And then I have a second question. Let me have you answer that one first.
The reason why we were targeting businessmen is because typically their shoes are more consistent, where it's usually like a typical business shoe, opposed to women who might wear heels or different types of shoes, so we figured it would be easier to address men strictly.
Okay, I mean, we've had in the past, some male-focused or female-focused products, so I'm not shying away from that, but I'm just thinking most women, when you identify the person who's walking to work, I mean, I've got heels on now, but if I was walking to work in icy conditions, I'd be in flat shoes too. So I just ask you guys to think about whether it's a unisex type product. You don't have to have one for heels, but just something to think about. And then let me ask, have you thought, in terms of ease of it going off and on, is it conducive if someone wanted to put it on in their car because they're walking from their parking lot into their job, or if they're walking on the metro platform and then they're getting on the train, can they take it off on the train and put it back on to walk to their office? Have you given that ease of on and off for those sort of situations? Any thought yet?
I think that was the whole part about that natural rubber, because it's really elastic, like maybe you'll take it on and off. We still don't have like the actual natural rubber yet, so we tested a little bit more with that demo, like we were saying, so we can pull that on and off, you'll really see that then. And we can for sure get back to you about like if it does work for sure, like with that elastic.
Might be something to test, because I think very few people, as you described your target market, are actually like leaving their house and walking the whole way to work. If you think about your typical, you describe them as living in Schaumburg, or if you're looking at a city dweller, there may be an element that involves a car or a train or something of that sort. So just something to think about testing that ease of on and off.
I was gonna say something about the test group of men and women. I was thinking because women have the propensity to already be in that habit of changing shoes in the winter from whatever they're walking in to whatever they're wearing in the office or in the house. That might be an angle to these.
What's in terms of defining your TAM, if I heard you right, you were defining it on the basis of people who slip and fall. Did I hear that right?
Yes.
Did you think about looking at it in terms of how many people currently, what's the market for accessories on your shoes that help prevent slipping and falling?
Yeah, we did look into that, but that was like after we decided
Yeah, I mean, just maybe, I would push back a little bit and say, look, you're not creating a new market. It's an existing market, so you kind of just basically, if you had all the time in the world, you just count how many people are buying these things already. And that would probably be a more realistic, because what you're defining is how many people should be buying these, because they might slip and fall, as opposed to how many people are, which is probably more relevant.
Have you put any forethought into the focus group? I ask this only because the weather is starting to get warmer, and we can't guarantee what the weather would be, and here's icy conditions are integral to your sale.
Yeah, that's why we are doing our absolute best to get it done by around middle of March. We've also already tried to contact a couple businessmen on LinkedIn and received some from our email list. But we're doing our absolute best that's why we're trying to speed up our demo creation really quickly, just make it in only a week, and then just because we know that it's crucial, obviously, for there to be ice so you can actually test the product. So that's why we're trying to speed it up and make sure it happens, and I think we've already contacted a couple people to try and to see if they want to try our product.
Maybe you can contact the ice skating rink, try to get in there at the end of the day.
Sure.
Walk around.
You might want to think about the Metro train platform. If you guys have something ready and a bad weather day hits, you might think about getting over there ahead of school, passing out something that encourages people to check out the product, go online, something like that.
Quick technical question. Those look like track spikes, and I'm sure they have the same function. Are you thinking about ordering something that they screw into, or do they come with some sort of, obviously you can't screw those into the rubber. Is there something on the other side of the shoe or something for your prototype?
I think for the demo creation, we'd probably try and, for the different kinds of spikes, there's two of them, you can actually just like adjust into the rubber, whereas the track spikes, I think we're gonna have to most likely drill it in from the inside, most likely, to actually connect it, because I don't think you can just kind of plug it onto the rubber and it'll fit. But so I think we're gonna have to most likely drill it onto through the inside to get it.
Talking numbers?
Remind us how much of the 450 was on product cost versus additional expenses?
All of it was
All of it, the product cost?
on it,
Okay.
you know.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's, again, one of these things you kind of need to make,
Yeah.
so I would move forward with it.
Good with that. Yes.
Good?
Might
Yes.
it make sense to order a pair and the spikes and make sure you're comfortable with being able to put it together before you order them all? You can't return them.
Nick's
It's
point,
analyzed.
you can maybe think through, if you're gonna be trying different spikes, you're gonna have to somehow, whatever you put in, you're gonna have to take them out if you're only buying 4 shoes. So,
All right, good job, 450. Thank you.